All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the San Antonio Marshals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
You're outside. 54, right there, 54 Mike. Yeah, let's get that ball, let's get that ball right here.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run for the first time with the former Buckeye Mike Weber. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold looking deep downfield. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Hey, here we go. 57. Here we go. 46. 57 to Mike. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think what you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early. to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Kelvin Harmon, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd and short.
Here we go. 480. It's going to be a long day. Here we go. 47. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the interception, here's Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now Bell. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, and now it's 3rd down. And with the play clock running out, Sean McVay will take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And it's caught by Herndon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
You're 54. Mike 54. Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. A screen to Bell. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll try the right side with Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor there. But thank you, Dr. Davis. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 23 yards on the play.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. A quick throw out wide, caught by Crowder. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 2. That's the end of the first quarter.
Second quarter now, San Antonio in possession. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
This is taken at his 4. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points. And we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2nd and 3 at the 50-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Now Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quentin Williams, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. Busts through the tackle, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14. Darnold from the gun. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now Gordon on first down. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On 2nd and 7, Prescott. He completes it to Henry. That one goes for 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now Prescott. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They use their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go!
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and a couple, Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And this will be a touchdown. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Mike, 57. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Here's Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 46-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Ty Long now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here, as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong, you know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Darnold, he's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, standing just about on his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night, as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they'll go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. This is Gordon. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Ty Long now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys who try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, he's going to launch this. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 95 yards as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. So from back deep in their home territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a...
And he will take it in for the touchdown. Jamison Crowder. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got to the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the left.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 78 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
3rd and long for Prescott. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Badgley able to knock this one through. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll have it 1st down past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. Prescott now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Prescott to throw it. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in San Antonio. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 2nd and goal from the 1.
So don't say nothing.
It's a keeper with Prescott. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only 2nd down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, obviously you can take the field goal here and tie it, or you can be gutsy. What are you doing?
Oh, man, come on. Let's be gutsy. Let's go get it. Because to me, after this drive in this spot, a field goal feels like a disappointment. Go get it. Go get it done. And let your team know you're with them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They run the counter. It's Weber. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Here's Here's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Prescott now. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, as bad as you can be, 0 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. To throw is Prescott. He finds his target, it's Crowder. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass and they get 12 yards out of it. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll run here with John Kelly. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Throwing, Prescott. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They had enough yards for the 1st down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No 1st down.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Come on, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
We're going to start. 57 to Mike. Here we go, D. It's just me and you. Here we go.
To throw is Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Darnold now to throw. And no, it's incomplete. There defensively was Nasir Adderley making a nice play. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I'll guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm willing to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
He's crossing. He's checking crowd.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gordon. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Dak Prescott, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Gay is on for the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go. Let's do it.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Darnold on first down. Herndon's got it complete. That's good for 28 yards. Darnold now to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Uchenna Nwosu in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Check. 59. Oh, here we go.
Now it's Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now Donald. He's going to let it fly. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, possession switches hands. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though, a few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the 4th quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for the home team here, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. They will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.